What's up, Instinct fam? Coach Molly here to bring you guys your Wednesday workout. Have a lot of upper body today, so get ready to feel swole when you're done. I'm going to take you guys through the warm-up really quickly, make sure you understand all the movements, and then we'll go over the two-part workout. First thing that you guys have, 10 scap push-ups. You guys will get into a plank. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and then push them apart, and basically doing this in a push-up, keeping the elbows locked out or in a plank position. Next up, you guys have Superman swimmers. You're going to be in a Superman. Keep your palms to the ground. You're going to lift and reach up, go out to the sides and around, keeping the palms towards the ground, and then come back up. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of this. So I'm going to lift up into a Superman. My legs are off the ground too, palms to the floor. I'm going to reach out all the way in front, come around the sides, keeping the palms down, and then come back up. So I'm basically just making circles with my arms on the floor as I do Superman, either direction, like so. I'm keeping the legs and chest off of the ground. 10 of those. Then we have 10 single arm planks with a reach through. So you guys are going to hold a side plank, reach back and through, whoop, and then open up. And you guys have 10 on each side. Those are hard to do with slippery socks on. Maybe go barefoot or shoes for that one. Then we've got 10 bicycles, good old school bicycle. Lay down, start in a hollow. You're gonna bring one knee to the opposite elbow and then hit the other side. That's one. You guys have 10 total. And try to think about staying in that hollow the entire time. You don't wanna lay flat or have your back arched off of the ground. Lastly, you guys will stand up and do 10 arm circles any direction. Just get the shoulders loose. You guys have 2 rounds of that. Part A, you might have to get creative here. This is a Tabata, so 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. If you're not taking class, you can just watch your clock, or I'm sure if you would Google, you guys could find a timer online to use that'll beep for you. I do know there's an app for Tabata timer too, so check that out. But we have 8 rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, lots of options. Some type of pulling. You guys, if you have access to a pull-up bar, we're going underhand pull-ups. So palms towards you, if you have access to that. And these are strict, not kipping. Strict underhand pull-ups. If you don't have access, I'm gonna give you guys some good ideas here. If you have a pair of dumbbells, you guys can go bent over rows. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You can even do that if you have a heavy enough dumbbell holding the sides. Most of you guys probably don't have that heavy of a dumbbell at home to make that challenging enough. You could also try single arm. Maybe you switch at 10 seconds and do the other side. If that's all you have, you could load up a barbell and hold underhand grip there, doing bent over rows. If you have a plate, hold on to your plate, bend over, pull that all the way up to the chest and extend through the arms. If you have a heavy enough kettlebell, you can hold both hands and do bent over rows with the kettlebell. You could even do single arm with those, just like I showed with the dumbbell. If you don't have any equipment and you're one of our body weight athletes, today you've got to get creative. This is my example that you guys could use. Get something that you can put something heavy into, maybe pack some clothes or towels in there. Bend over, pull up to the chest. That'll work. That's not super heavy. So for me, maybe what I would do instead is I'd get a suitcase, load that up with maybe a bunch of shoes, clothes, anything I could find, maybe some jars of food, throw that in there, hold on to the suitcase and do the bent over rows. You guys can get creative with this. You could even use the edge of a table. You could use the edge of your couch, grab underneath it, pull up and back down. Just get creative and share with us if you guys use something that's not conventional. Show it to us. I'd love to see what you guys do. Next up, I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit. This is a classic CrossFit workout called JT. You've got 3 pushing movements, 3 pressing movements. So you are gonna get very fatigued on this, and that's the point. So we have a 21, 15, 9 of 3 different movements. It starts with handstand push-ups, then goes to ring dips, and then goes to push-ups. So we go from overhead pressing to horizontal pressing, overhead pressing to downward pressing, and then to horizontal pressing. For your handstand push-ups, if you guys can do those and you have space against a wall, go for it. If you need to stack some pillows or ab mats under your head, you could do that. These could be strict, these could be kipping, whichever works for you. If you don't have access to a handstand spot in your home, or maybe you're not quite at that level yet, feel free to do just like we would at the gym. Get your knees on an elevated object. Could be a box if you've taken one from us, or maybe just your couch or a chair. Hands go onto the floor. Then I'm gonna try to tuck under to mimic a handstand. Go down, touch my head, and then press up and finish back in a position like I'm in a handstand. I don't wanna be out here doing an incline push-up. So make sure and tuck that head and get the top of your head to the floor. Other options for the handstand push-up would be any type of overhead pressing. If you have a dumbbell, a kettlebell, you could do 21 strict press on the right, 21 on the left. If maybe your weight's a little heavy, you might have to push press. If you have 2, get both in your hands. If you have a barbell, we could go strict press. If you only have heavy weight, you could do push press, okay? On the dips, rings, if you have access to them, go for it. Let's get you some ring dips. If not, some of you guys might have some parallel bars at home that you could dip. If these dips, which I'm going to show you, are starting to get a little too easy, I have some other options for you guys. So what we've been doing previously, these is getting on this edge of an object, dipping down, and then pressing up. If those are starting to get too easy, let's go legs out. If that's starting to even get easy, get some weight, throw that in your lap while you do the dips. If that's still not quite so challenging for you, get a chair, put that in front of you, and your feet are gonna go up on that chair while you're supporting yourself. So I would have my feet up here and do my dips. That's gonna add a little more weight towards your shoulders. You can even throw weight in your lap doing it that way. Those are some really good alternatives and options. If you guys have access to, you can find objects that are tall enough where you can put your hands here and curl your knees up underneath you and do a real dip. That would be another option you guys could consider for those dips. Lastly, push-ups. I know we did some on Monday, so hopefully you're not too tired from those, but it's only gonna make you better, right? So any style push-ups, but the RX would be on your hands, your toes, and keeping your body completely stiff as you go down, touching your chest only. So you're not letting your belly touch or your thighs, you're not doing any snaking or worming on the way up. We're trying to work a strict chest to ground push-up. Other options would be on the knees. You could even, if you're kind of in between, maybe the knees are getting a little easier, but toes are hard, get onto some dumbbells or maybe some books or a stack of plates to elevate your hands so that you have to go down a little bit lower than where the floor would be if your hands were on the floor. You guys could do the worming, hand release type of push-ups if needed, but really what's gonna be best is if you guys can work on trying to stay tight. Let me see if I've got room to show this here. So as opposed to a worming push-up where I go down and allow that to happen, try to keep your body tight through your midline. So I'm kind of squeezing my rib cage down towards my hips and my butt is squeezed too. I'm gonna go down and maintain that as I press up. So I'm not letting my body sag down to the floor as I press. If you guys need other ideas, have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are 110% here for you guys and wanting to do anything we can for you. So please let us know. I hope you guys have been keeping up with the workouts and the nutrition challenge. The last day of that is on Saturday, so we continue tracking through Saturday. enjoy, and we have another good one coming for you guys for Friday, a little more lower body, so get your legs and hips ready. Thursday at 9 a.m., Tim's leading his mobility and chat, so join in if you guys can. Thanks, and we miss you guys more than you know.